When it comes to synergy in Mobile Legends, the combination of Eudora and Uranus offers a powerful balance of offense and defense, making them an ideal duo for dominating team fights, securing objectives, and maintaining control over the battlefield. Let's dive into why this combo works so well and the strategies you can employ to maximize its potential. Uranus is one of the most durable tanks in the game, known for his exceptional sustain, mobility, and ability to soak up massive amounts of damage. His Radiance passive allows him to continuously regenerate HP when taking damage, making him a near-immovable force in fights. On the other hand, Eudora is a burst damage mage with incredibly high single-target damage and crowd control. Her combo of Forked Lightning and Ball Lightning can easily burst down enemies from full HP, especially with her ultimate, Thunder's Wrath, which deals massive magic damage to the target and nearby enemies. Her Superconductor passive adds an extra layer of damage by enhancing the effects of her other skills when they strike enemies already affected by her abilities. Together, Uranus can absorb and distract while Eudora deals devastating damage from the backline, making this a deadly combo in both early skirmishes and late-game team fights. In the early game, the Eudora-Uranus combo can be incredibly effective in the lane. Uranus should take the front line, absorbing poke damage and zoning the enemy team. With his high mobility, Uranus can dive in and out, keeping pressure on the enemies, while regenerating health with his passive. His job is to create space for Eudora to freely use her skills without fear of retaliation. Eudora plays from behind Uranus, using her range to harass enemies with Forked Lightning and Ball Lightning. Her role in the early game is to poke and wear down enemies, preparing them for an easy burst when Uranus engages. When Uranus manages to engage or catch an enemy off guard, Eudora can follow up with her burst combo to finish them off. With Eudora's stun from Forked Lightning and the added bonus of Uranus zoning, you can easily secure early kills or force the enemy to retreat, giving your team lane control. Uranus' job is to dive into the enemy backline, creating chaos and absorbing attention from enemy damage dealers. His continuous health regeneration, making him hard to bring down, especially when paired with defense items. He can serve as a distraction, baiting out critical abilities from the enemy team. Eudora waits for the right moment, staying behind Uranus and targeting enemy heroes, such as the opposing mage or marksman. Once Uranus engages, Eudora can unleash her full combo with Superconductor, ensuring that any stunned enemy is quickly deleted from the fight. This strategy also works well for objective control, especially around Turtle or Lord. Uranus can zone out the enemy, while Eudora focuses on bursting down the enemies or protecting their teammates. If an enemy tries to steal the objective, Eudora's instant burst can quickly punish them. In the late game, team fights are where the Eudora-Uranus combo truly becomes a game-changer. Uranus's role as a frontline tank is invaluable as his natural sustain and mobility make it difficult for enemies to bring him down. Uranus should initiate the fight, charging at the enemy team and soaking up their abilities. His durability allows him to draw attention away from Eudora and other damage dealers. At this point in the game, Uranus will have a full build of tank items, meaning he can dive deep into enemy lines and still come out alive. Eudora should stay in the back line, carefully positioning herself to target priority enemies. While Uranus disrupts the enemy team, Eudora can unleash her combo to pick off key targets, such as the enemy marksman or mage. Her Superconductor enhanced abilities, especially the Thunder's Wrath ultimate, will be capable of instantly deleting an enemy. In tight team fights, Uranus's continuous healing and tankiness will give Eudora the time and space she needs to deal maximum damage. Uranus can also re-engage multiple times, buying enough time for Eudora's cooldowns to reset. Eudora should always remain behind Uranus. Let Uranus soak damage while you provide magical burst. If the enemy dives on Eudora, Uranus can re-engage and protect her, allowing Eudora to reposition and retaliate. Bait and burst. Use Uranus to bait out enemy abilities and focus fire. When enemies have wasted their cooldowns on Uranus, Eudora can safely follow up with her combo. This ensures maximum efficiency from Eudora's skills, especially when dealing with squishy targets. Timing is key. Don't engage too early as Eudora. Wait for Uranus to initiate or wait for an enemy to overextend. Eudora's combo relies heavily on surprise and burst damage, so timing your abilities after Uranus has drawn the enemy's attention is crucial. When building Eudora, it's essential to maximize her burst potential while also ensuring she can survive longer in team fights. This particular item build allows Eudora to deal devastating damage with her combo and provides some much-needed survivability, especially when enemies try to focus her down. Let's break down the key items in her build and why each one is crucial for her success on the battlefield. The first item on the list is Arcane Boots. These boots are essential for Eudora because they provide magic penetration, which allows her to deal more damage to enemies, especially those who have built magic defense. Number 2. Enchanted Talisman. Adding Enchanted Talisman to Eudora's build is a fantastic way to increase her sustainability in terms of mana management. The passive ability of the Enchanted Talisman regenerates 15% of Eudora's maximum mana every 10 seconds, which is crucial for mages like her who need to spam abilities frequently to dominate in fights. With this item, Eudora doesn't need to worry about running out of mana during key moments. The cooldown reduction also allows her to use her devastating abilities more often, making her a consistent threat throughout the match. Number 3. Lightning Truncheon, which is one of the most important items for Eudora's burst damage potential. The passive effect of this item causes an additional damage burst every 6 seconds when Eudora uses her abilities, dealing bonus damage based on her maximum mana. This effect is particularly devastating in team fights or when hitting multiple enemies with her Forked Lightning or Thunder's Wrath. Number 4. Holy Crystal. The third item is Holy Crystal, which is essential for boosting Eudora's overall magic power. The more magic power Eudora has, the more damage she can deal, and this passive amplifies her output even further. Number 5. Divine Glaive. Designed to deal with tanky opponents who have built magic defense. As the game progresses and tanks or fighters start stacking magic resistance items like Athena's shield or radiant armor, Eudora's damage may start to fall off. This is where Divine Glaive comes into play. Number 6. Winter Crown. The last core item in this build is Winter Crown, which provides magic power and HP. The real value of this item lies in its active skill, Frozen. When activated, Eudora becomes invulnerable for 2 seconds, but she cannot move or attack during this time. This item is a lifesaver for Eudora, especially since she is a mage with no natural escape abilities. In team fights, if the enemy dives on her, Winter Crown can buy her the time she needs to wait for backup or for her abilities to come off cooldown. With this build, Eudora becomes a devastating force on the battlefield, capable of turning the tide of any team fight in your favor. Before we dive into more exciting content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on epic tips, hero guides, and strategies to help you dominate the battlefield and win every match. Whether you're looking for the best item builds, gameplay breakdowns, or the latest meta strategies, we've got it all covered. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you in-depth insights, pro-level plays, and everything you need to rank up fast. Make sure to subscribe now and join our growing community of tanking.